There was once someone who did such amazing things and said such amazing things that people had to ask who he really was. One time when they asked, he said, "I am the light." I see the love of God in you, the light of Christ comes shining through, and I am blessed to be with you, O holy child of God. The one who said, "I am the light," changed to be in all places at all times. See this light right here? It's in just one spot. Let's change the light. The light's changed. It's growing. It's spreading, becoming invisible. It's filling the room with the light of Christ. As you go about your day, know that the light is there. And if you leave, know that you take the light of Christ with you wherever you go. Now watch carefully, so you always know what today's lesson looks like. It's here. The mystery of Easter. It's finally here. There's many things to do to get ready for the mystery of Easter. Some are done in church, but not this year. Some are done at your home. Maybe you've done some of those. One of the things people do to get ready for Easter is Easter eggs. But the trouble is, nobody really knows why or where it came from. But let me tell you. There was once an old man and an old woman who lived just outside of the great city of Jerusalem. They had everything they needed. They had a cow to give them milk, a garden to give them vegetables. They had trees to give them apples and figs. And they had hens to give them eggs. The old man in the morning would go out to the hen house and he'd say, "Good morning, hens! Do you have any eggs for me today?" They would gladly give him their eggs. Sometimes he'd have too many eggs, more than they could eat. So he'd head to the city with his extra eggs to try to sell them. He'd put them in his basket, cover them with a white cloth. On his way to the great city of Jerusalem one day, he went through the high gates and down a stony, narrow path until he got to the wider part of the street. And then he noticed a very large crowd. But they were strangely quiet. With his basket, he pushed his way through the crowd, trying to get his way to the front so he could see what was going on. When he got there, he saw the Roman soldiers were taking 3 people to be crucified. They were carrying wooden crosses that they would be nailed to. He watched, and he saw one fumble and fall. He couldn't help himself. He ran over and he grabbed the cross so that the man would be okay. The soldiers made the old man carry that large wooden beam. He followed Jesus with it through the city just outside. He stayed. He watched. He stayed all afternoon, even when the skies grew gray and it started to rain. He watched Mother Mary and others as Jesus suffered and died. They took him down from the cross and carried him to a tomb. The old man didn't follow. He turned his way towards home. But then he remembered his basket. He hurried back to the place where he caught the cross, hoping that the basket would still be there. Then he saw it. He couldn't believe his eyes. He rubbed them just to be sure. But his basket was there. Surely there'd be no eggs. He reached down under the white cloth. Couldn't believe it. There's something there. He pulled out what he thought would be an egg. And he could not believe his eyes. It was beautiful, like a jewel. He took off the white covering, and all his eggs were still there. But they looked different. They were all different colors, with different lines. He couldn't believe it. He'd never seen something so beautiful. The lines and colors, it's like they were trying to say something. It's like they were trying to tell the story of what had happened that day. The man went on to tell the story of the colored eggs that day. And people began coloring their eggs at Easter time. And they still do today. Most don't know why they do that, but now you do. I wonder. Which color you like best? Which design? I wonder. Are we missing any? Are we missing any colors? or designs? Is there too many or not enough? I wonder. What they are trying to say. I wonder if you see yourself in these Easter eggs. I wonder, on this Easter morning, will you think of this story? Maybe you'll think of the mystery of Easter stories that we've told before. Or maybe not at all. But whatever you do today, know that you take the light of Christ with you wherever you go. Happy Easter.